author, filmmaker. That's who I am practically. Yeah. Father came to England, I should say, after the Second World War. He was in England for 55 years. My mother married, and then we were one of 6 children who were born in London, UK.
So we talk about the books that you put out there. Can you tell us first with this, what inspired this book?
Well, that first started off as a collection of, that started off from a blog. It was sort of to try and, diversify my area of expertise. So I write about a whole variety of subjects. This is my heritage too. It's my home, and I want to, work with people here, and create a platform for them to, to work with.
Ila holiday be nyadi?
Betiata.
Betiata.
Okay.
Ye domo sifa domo. Domoro.
Domoro hite.
Domoro.
Domoro, yeah. Gambian Domoro Betiata.
Betiata. Bake.
President bi nga xam ne moo fi isi freedom of speech. President bi nga xam ne moo fi isi peace ci réew mi. President bi nga xam ne moo fi isi rapid development mooy His Excellency President Adama Barrow. A round of applause for His Excellency President Adama Barrow. Thank you, President Barrow. His Excellency President Barrow wàccasina. Ki nga xam ne moo fi isi démocratie. Ki nga xam ne moo fi isi freedom of speech. Ki nga xam ne moo fi isi Barrow isi Gambia. His Excellency President Adama Barrow wàccasina. Kon suuko soo gisee Gambia bi juddoo ba léegi musu ñoo gis tali si kaw tali si suuf waaye nga ñemee benn at yooyu Costa Road bi dina gis tali boo xam ne musul koo gis gàcce nga naa ma His Excellency President Adama Barrow yow yaa fi isi démocratie yaa fi isi freedom of speech yaa fi isi human rights yaa fi respect doomu Adama kon yow Excellency réew Gambia sa bopp la kon suuko ñu ngi gërëm President Barrow dafa may dem ko anam ko ñaati ngai na mo yo ko ni dina na kan ko ko kan jam President Barrow ni ala di ma ko ba demokrasi ka ko kan jam President Barrow ni ma na na di pa ko kan President Barrow demokrasi ka ko ko kan jam
Bojang to lead us in prayer.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهب لنا من أمرنا رشدا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهب لنا من أمرنا رشدا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهب لنا من أمرنا رشدا ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thy kingdom come, live down on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We glorify your name. We thank you for giving us the opportunity to come here together today to witness another blessing that you have for our nation. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We pray that you may guide us through our leadership, our government, and our people. Heavenly Father, help the Gambia to progress and its people. As we stand here to pray, we deliver ourselves into your presence. May you take charge of the day, and may you grant us the blessings that we deserve. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The solar plant. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Barrow, Cabinet Ministers, Dean and members of the Diplomatic and Consular Community, Director Generals, Managing Directors present, our partners, the World Bank and the European Investment Bank, the Governor, West Coast Region, National Assembly members, the Paramount Chief, and all chiefs present, the Alcalo of Jambur and other Alcalos present, the VDC and community of Combo present, invited guests, dear ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the foundation stone laying of the 23 megawatts solar plant here in Jambur. Today's ceremony is component one of the Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project, which is co-financed by the World Bank and the European Investment Bank. The momentous occasion is geared towards the goal of providing additional reliable, affordable, and sustainable generation capacity to the population of the Greater Banjul area. This 23 megawatt solar plant includes 8 megawatts battery energy storage system plus 3 years of operations and maintenance. It's been financed to the tune of $27,800,225. The contract duration is for 12 months. As we delve into the formal ceremony, please allow me now to invite our host to deliver the welcome remarks. The Alcalo of Jambur, my namesake, Haruna Bojang.
Besentani Barrow na nyunkeno kono jang kasentano bay hadama dungol bala jang kairo e sabati jang tenku e sabati jang polo mbenna sepol konton e pele siri kabirin combo central combo north combo south ibela combo east ibela sepol bijanne na boda wala na gobano ba panan pele siri jam min keda Mr. Usman Bojanti kekende ba Bojangolen na bota wala mbe ministal be kontona yankuba silabe wala kono ala la barako kan ngodo ma fa mbe jami mu dembo bo jande dembo bay posi ka fa dia ko ya yo go panam be mbulu jande na bota wala na sake alfal panam be jami keta momodu ka bo jande na bulunda molu ke balu min keta abulay bo jande o mum pa ma dindinem yo bi wali tenting na security kisol panambe hayna sirin jana min kada kalilu jaidi with other personnel of the police force na bota wala drug squad fana na ke bal bi janne min be ku kilin wala ti pour ngaje ko tanko ni kanto e soto ni banko ka alka ni don ka tiol min je wollo BDC headed by Malo Juma Kamara Ibu Kamara wol fana be janne wolle dada ni don ka sipal kono tenting so na bota wala dum fana alhamdulillah imam bi jang min gada Omar Bojanti bi anado ma kada Muhammad Bojang ban ka bay bakmer kada jite wolu alhamdulillah rabbil alamin kijan ture wolu ya kunu yenin kata jame moto ko nadi ata alay bi ibinebe alquranu kunya kilin jindi la jam na kililla bi jam mi gada bulay habib Bojang kabila woro le be jamburu jang kabila bela alfa bi janne oto alhamdulillah na alkalo le bi jang do bota jalambanne min geta alhaji mondo jatati par so fana be mala jannata le den tanyin nan tori nyin jalamba min sate nyin dula en tolle bulatema na bota wala jamba jer wol fana be nyin kunnu konole na den de nyala sate fana bije alhamdulillah rabbil alamin folo mbe nani juwara kontonna mbala minister fana kontonna min geta jokti kabiri nyin kun kumasta baji fana bijanne afana be na wekle musol fanang alhamdulillah mutajang kaputan najang pur ngaje ko nganyimbe mo timmandino anyanta kala nyami so alhamdulillah rabbil alamin nak bota wona nyim projet ko nyin ameta kurkurlan mbenin keno min kono kututo keno lemu sandan juba kabilo le adi anyim man sakunda dum alhamdulillah rabbil alamin Ibrahim Silla wala lambele mwoti ulbela keno le benyin keno kono jan bar keno nyin ika ko le kutudo man sakunda fanam bi janne keno kilin tijan man say abele ta kabilin jena min alkali yala alhamdulillah rabbil alamin kabilin 2012 nse ku jama ko no janne bi wode ben ku ko do kuti janne ka ko na bo may ko don takela kabilin 2012 nkena misila nganyim programu tarajede barimbe 2012 kono mbijang kibabu kilin nata anyim mofi ngoy botan ikona we kile kinanka ikoy kenole soto jang purun sina ngana nyin dula ya itandin na mimbe kerin kadum ko eko nde sita kunun jande 2011 ko nyin keno bijang mi alon ko risapolam masala ya muta puruka kuke jang nka entene manjeje monene ma kibar konye bar alhamdulillah rabbil alamin ikonye buda motola ngata nge sambaje wo kibabo nyi wo mo bi minni bota nawe 2012 kono nata ko jamma fangola ye bulo chodinye ikonye kanimpe koyo minni jelori nawe clarissa polen go alhamdulillah rabbil alamin alla futonna jang abeteaka abota woto ikonye minni adi ibijanne so msakata ye dulali tandina ngatanga futela nga itandila ko nyindula anyanta tamala na biya ta alay woto salon ko nyin amanke bi kuti nyim mutata nun junale abela rinjang alhamdulillah rabbil alamin sanda juban kolu inim man sakundale nyindula ta yadi banko molla puru nyim joko min nyanta kala je nyinna fa be min kana barabe mu Jambur ledi alhamdulillah rabbil alamin pura sekeno nyamin ay betea bijang ndata wo kebari e tandila wol fanan akilo nata bula koy dula dile woto alhamdulillah rabbil alamin bijem 2016 ya jame mulki nan jang bulldozer pour ka jambe kura kabira e woke alhamdulillah kede tiol doli wulitana iko inyi man kumako so kelo manta do kula masingo tuta lorinjam nganda sefo call den wona da governor pana ijana call governor budu fafda ke babu motola walam state house di wona da kawo jindina ko alhamdulillah rabbil alamin ba apele kambe mo mankeje o tali ngani kulandi je ko carte fay kola ni carte fayda nsina lombi na min tamadela nyin kenot ala yake o mang abambuno ama watino ate botaje ala nata ke kote ke 2016 jang haraje minna wala president Adama Barrow ale jang haraje wala amutata junal de bare ale jang haraje wala watola anyinna alfa kirin sigimol minede sate kono anyin kombola kambe o ka nyin bankola kambe o kan ala nata kele haraje jamje lola min ka bulo ko labi yajede so alhamdulillah rabbil alamin kitir katorol kana nawe consultatrol nata dia mulan nata nyin nawe tema purunga je ko jang kambe o sabati jang kairo sabati jang kanyin dulata ka do kuno because bankola na pa tengolam amanta ngela korda kono amanta mo poten na korda kono abita dunia bela korda momo bi yebe mo na parna jinna na dia ta na manta kala de yaje so kabiri wo consultation ol be kada alhamdulillah rabbil alamin sate be nata si nata nyomoy kabiri nga nyomoy biko momo nyanta mi do wani ko min soto de sadila pour ya ko programme woni yetimano natara minna mararo ten barola mararon ten tanu 2016 min ka foko ali ngam batu ko carte e fay ngam batu ko carte e fay wobi nan kanya mi malong so wala yatina ala gisma bom ala ate dandi anyanta danna dame 2016 bitum min na haraje bije wala mo barode dena no nyimu wala tibi be diala ndasa ate kono be diala kombo banko kan be diala gambia be kono president Barrow na tardeta kadungal le penten dol buri jam kemol kana nyim balla be wolbe consider je tarde o tarde na dia ta salon ka man ta do ku kanjang kemol kana nyim balla ngata soma nga koko na ta blok la kensa wala dukara nga wo bulan ari nga kairo dua nga jandua ko ala se baraka ke jang ala se dantim bandino biño lungo ala se mabe a jama la hele lungo ala baraka bak ntoma ngalo be koronto ne bari
fo ila mo le dia mo de bari ni man ta basiri no ko mo suti andi ala hakatu. Thank you very much, Mr. Alcalo Haruna Bojan of Jambur. And the next speaker is the Governor of West Coast Region, Mr. Usman Bojan. I do hope the Honorable Governor will not be as the Alcalo and Mr. Governor, that the speech will be short. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister of Energy, Mr. Abdul, and all his cabinet colleagues here present. The Chairman of the NAWEC Board of Directors, the Managing Director of NAWEC, Mr. Nani Juar, and his management team, the Honorable National Assembly members here present, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Energy, and all other permanent secretaries here present, Chief of Staff, Chief of Protocol, and all team members from the State House, the World Bank representative, and our colleague, our dear friends from China, to the Chinese ambassador, who are here because of TBA, contractor and consultant of TBA, and the Marketers Areas International, respectively, the tag members of the Governor of West Coast Region, the district chiefs here present, the Alcalo of Jambur, and all other Alcalos present, Imam of Jambur, and all other Imams, the media fraternity and the security chiefs here present. Invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I begin to express my profound gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Gambia, President Adama Barrow, for his foresight in accelerating strategically the energy needs of the Gambia with a clear roadmap towards achieving the goals set in the National Development Plan. Mr. President, one must admit you have a government that shares your vision, and it is shown in your Minister of Energy and in our leadership in rolling this massive 23-megawatt solar project. Your Excellency, President Barrow, the Gambia has come so far in achieving our energy needs. I've always boasted of the fact that NAWEC, under the current leadership, has become transformative and achieving goals in such short periods that were only dreams of us, especially in the West Coast region. Just over a year ago, we had interrupted power supplies, load shedding, and manufacture challenges that are mostly of the past now. I am so humbled to stand here in 2023 to welcome you in laying the foundation stone of this project in Jambur, West Coast region. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Just a few years ago in 1990, I was a young aspiring engineer of the then GUC and now NAWEC, and gave a speech at the ceremony preceding to the commissioning of a 6 megawatt generator G6 at Kotu Power Station. In the midst here, there are some of the great engineers here today, including my brother, the Deputy Managing Director, Idi Jaju. At the time, the G6 was the largest generator in the Gambia with only a capacity of 6 megawatts. On that day, I expressed to the management of thinking big to achieve big. So I am thrilled to stand here today as a witness and see that now, with a leader like Nani and a president like President Barrow who thinks big, all things are possible. Ladies and gentlemen, West Coast region indeed honored to have your esteemed presence of the laying of a foundation stone. As a region and as a nation, we can already sense the provision of reliable, affordable, and most importantly, sustainable energy generation. To the people of Jambur, I know it has been a long way coming, but I am sure after all the challenges it took to acquire this land, Jambur can finally share the vision of the president. Before this government, and I hope my cousins here, I won't mention my uncles, Uncle Dembo and others, wouldn't falter me for this. Our Kusumbala cousins will always tell you that Jambur was a village that would never give up. Today, with the emerging road infrastructure, and now a first in the country and only a few in the whole of the region, Honorable Ibrahim Silla and Dr. Palamin Biai, who was also my classmate, all from Jambur, and the people of Jambur have a lot to be thankful for. So, Your Excellency, President Adam Barrow, on behalf of the West Coast region, including Jambur, thank you so much. And to Busumbala, I am sure they are happy that they are not to be teased by the Jambur cousins for their long-stretched hands waving at taxis at the roadside anymore. When Nawe came to inform me of this event, I told them that as a governor, I champion the agenda of this government in the region and all policies and politics that drives the agenda towards the goalpost must involve the community. I thank Mr. Nani and his team for understanding that and having strong partners towards our mobilization here today. On that note, I express my sincere gratitude to Chairman Lamin Jada and the entire NPP family for gracing this occasion and celebrate the achievement of a visionary leader we all yearn for. To the families of Santanjuba and Masakunda, which I'm also part of, my own family in Jambur, I wish to express to them the profound gratitude of the Office of the Governor and their ability to work with the government to finally get to this stage. This is an example for all the region and the country at large that national agendas supersede our personal gains and should always be priority. I thank the World Bank for supporting the Gambia government in its response to improve the energy sector of the country and all other projects they've been willing partners to. Above all, I thank the President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Adam Barrow, for his leadership in progressively transforming the well-being of all Gambian people. Mr. Chairman, Haruna, ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure the President of the Republic, just like all other projects in the region, the Technical Advisory Committee team of the West Coast region and I will be monitoring the progress of this project. I wish the contractor and consultant a very successful implementation and look forward to the commissioning just in a year from now. I thank you all.
Suma Parliament by Pura that, and I think fairly or not, he's one of the managing directors who always gets the headaches overnight. I hear some people say, light comes fit, it goes fat. The jumping lights, the electricity, and he gets all of this. I think today he will be strong as ever before by speaking to us here with the remarks. I think Mr. Nani Juara, Managing Director of NAWEC, is one of the toughest managing directors in the Gambia. Mr. Juara, please.
Your Excellency, the President, Mr. Adam Barrow, Honorable Secretary General and Head of Civil Service, Honorable Chief of Staff, Office of the President, Honorable Cabinet Ministers here present, Secretary of Cabinet, Honorable National Assembly members here present, the Governor of West Coast Region, the Alcalo of Jambur and the community of Jambur, the representative of the World Bank, representative of the EIB and EU, the chairman and board of directors of NAWEC, contractor and consultant of this project, security chiefs here present, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me to witness the laying of the foundation stone for the first ever grid-connected solar PV plant in the Gambia. This is indeed a significant milestone in our quest to provide reliable, accessible, and affordable electricity service countrywide. Your Excellency, this project is co-funded by the World Bank and the European Investment Bank as part of Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project, JAM, at a total project cost of about $27,800,225 US. The contract is awarded to TBEA, a Chinese company, through an international competitive bidding process as per the procurement requirements of the funding agencies. The contract was signed on the 14th of July, 2022, and became effective in November 2022. And the expected date of completion will be in November 2023. It's a 12 months project implementation period. The total capacity of this solar plant is about 23 megawatts, and it has a battery storage capacity of about 8 hours. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, the objective of this project is to provide least cost generation capacity for NAWEC and to contribute to the Gambia's unwavering efforts in climate change mitigations. This project, with other planned projects, such as the 150 megawatts regional solar project that is to be in Jarasoma, and also the NAMA project, which is about 10.5 megawatts, to be located in Farafenye and Basse, will significantly contribute to the energy security and affordability in this country. This project is coming at a time when the entire world is grappling with high cost of energy, mainly due to the impact of COVID and the Russian-Ukrainian war. The mainstay of our electricity generation in this country is fossil fuel based, which is costly, and it exposes NAWEC to the volatilities of the energy market prices. The focus must now change to renewables if we are to make difference in our operations and also make our operations sustainable. It is impossible with the current mode of operations for NAWEC to be financially viable due to the volatilities of the fuel prices in the market. NAWEC, like all utilities around the world, especially those within the sub-Saharan Africa, are struggling financially due to high cost of inputs, mainly heavy fuel oil or oil-related inputs. The Russian-Ukrainian war is a bitter lesson we've all learned, and now we must change direction to increase the share of renewables in our energy mix. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to announce that all the project-affected persons were adequately compensated either through cash payments or land-to-land compensation. Let me say this, and just to thank the Alcalo of Jambur and the community of Jambur, that the land they have allocated to us, as the Alcali said, some people were affected, communities were affected, and as part of the project conditions, the people who are affected must be compensated one form or the other, and we have adequately compensated those affected here through the support of the Gambia government. The government of the Gambia has spent millions to compensate those communities that were affected as a result of this project. And up to about 40 plots were also allocated to those affected persons who opted for land compensation. And we are happy to say that the government has really contributed tremendously to the success of this day. And Your Excellency, we thank you and your government for that. Your Excellency, let me take this opportunity to review the commitment of NAWEC board, management, and staff in ensuring reliable, quality, and affordable electricity supply countrywide as enshrined in your government's national development blueprint. To end my statement, I wish to take this opportunity to sincerely thank the following. First, His Excellency, the President, for his continued support to the energy sector. The World Bank, the European Investment Bank, of course by extension, the European Union, for their continued support in helping the Gambia government to change the lives and livelihoods of our people. The Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs for their untiring efforts in resource mobilization for our development projects. The Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Energy, Mr. Ablai Job, and his team for the support and guidance. And of course, I will not do justice if I don't also make a special mention of our former Honorable Minister Fafa Sanya, now the Ambassador, and also the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Lamin Kamara, who was also our previous PS at the Ministry of Energy, for their guidance and support. They have really supported us, and they have laid the foundation for us to achieve this, as where the day that we are all trying to celebrate is all through their efforts and guidance as well. The Alcalo and the community of Jambur for their understanding and cooperation as well. The Governor's Office, West Coast Region, they have also given their utmost support for the success of this project. The Chairman and Board of Directors of NAWEC for the continued support and guidance as well. And also the project team as well, the JAM Project Implementation Unit, under the leadership of Mrs. Hadi Njai, for the satisfactory performance so far. This is a great example for other SOEs. NAWEC is giving our sisters, our female folk, equal opportunity in leadership positions. And they have proven us right. That is the right thing to do. And Hadi and her team has proven this to every Gambian that they are worth the salt. Hadi and team, keep it up. The entire management and staff of NAWEC for their service to the people of the Gambia. Keep up the good work. It's not going to be easy. Haruna said the MD is having sleepless night. It's not only the MD. The entire NAWEC staff do not sleep. And we thank them for their courage, their commitment, and be rest assured that we will leave no stone unturned to make you happy, the Gambian people, and we will assure you that power supply will continue to improve despite all the challenges, but the commitment is there, and we will make sure we meet your expectations. Finally, to our great team of organizers and all those who have contributed today to the success of this event, thank you all. May Allah continue to bless all of us and make our country a prosperous one. Thank you.
On behalf of the World Bank, I'm proud to say it's a young Gambian, our own brother, Mr. Matar Toure, who's the energy specialist of the World Bank Banjul office. Mr. Toure, please.
President Adam Barrow, Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Energy, Abdullah Job, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, Managing Director of NAWEC and heads of institutions, permanent secretaries, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Your Excellency, before I commence, allow me to kindly once again express my most sincere commiserations and condolences on the unfortunate passing of His Excellency Vice President Ali Barrow, an erstwhile member of the bank with a distinguished legacy for us all to live up to. Today marks another significant milestone in the modernization of the energy sector of the Gambia, It is historic considering this planned scale as the first utility-scale solar park in the Gambia. Before proceeding, please allow me to express my most sincere congratulations to Your Excellency, the government and people of the Gambia for the push towards ensuring this long-awaited dream of diversifying the energy mix of the Gambia. This foundation stone laying ceremony is both historic and timely considering the emerging global challenges, as has been rightly alluded to by Mr. Managing Director Nani. On this note, we wish to recognize the support and enduring partnership of our co-financing partners, being the EU and the EIB, for their continued support through the implementation of this project. Your Excellency, as you may recall, in June 2021, we convened a few kilometers away to lay the foundation stone for the upgrade of Gambia's transmission and distribution network. This signified commencement activities for the country's first national control center and the first national 225 kV line from Birkama to Jambur. We are pleased to note that work has been satisfactorily progressing in this component through the able support of the contractor TBA and the owner's engineer Mercados, and we hope this partnership will long endure. Over the last few years, Your Excellency, the bank has identified its support of NAWEC from an initial emergency supply project in 2016. This addressed critical supply bottlenecks in the sector and formed the launchpad for our current operation, being the Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project, JERP, funded to the tune of $164 million. Significant milestones have been attained in the sector in partnership with key stakeholders. Your Excellency, please allow me. The sector has evolved from available capacity in 2017 of 23 megawatts to over 110 megawatts as at end 2022. In addition, bill collection rates have increased from 89% in 2015 to 96% as in 2022. Most significantly, the organizational restructuring supported by the bank has resulted, amongst others, in over 50% of directors at NAWEC being female, a first for utilities in the sub-region. This, of course, is in addition to our indefatigable project coordinator, Mrs. Hadijai, responsible for coordinating the entire project at such a magnitude. This 23 megawatt solar park tied with battery storage aims to revolutionize power generation in the Gambia by serving as a direct complement to current generation sources and increase penetration of imports into the Gambia's energy mix. These investments, Your Excellency, are all inherently tied to the Gambia's energy sector roadmap 2021 to 2040, with a particular focus on the following. One, the provision of universal access to energy to all and sundry, and reducing the cost of energy for the Gambian population. On universal access, plans have been well prepared and financing secured. The ingredients are all on the table for Gambia to achieve this bold vision by 2025. The Gambia is in a rare position in West Africa with the ability to achieve this vision, and Your Excellency, it now becomes a question of implementation. It will still require the continued strong leadership from your government and NAWEC, and through careful implementation of the roadmap, close monitoring of milestones, and the agility to respond to emanating global and local shocks, which will surely continue. The bank continues to reaffirm its commitment towards helping the Gambia attain its vision for the energy sector, in particular consonance with the National Development Plan. We will continue to count on the support of implementing partners, being NAWEC, the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, PURA, and other key energy sector stakeholders to ensure that the country and the President's vision for the sector are attained. The bank will continue to consolidate on the significant gains made over the last 2 years and will ensure an unremitting partnership with the government and people of the Gambia. Thank you very much, and my best wishes in anticipation of a successful commissioning event next year. Thank you.
Already, as we allow Superintendent Matarba and ASP Tamba leading the Gambia Police Band to entertain us for about 5 minutes, then we will proceed with the rest of the ceremony here. To make a remark, TBEA. Mr. Daniel Tan, please.
President Adama Barrow, His Excellency Chinese Ambassador Liu Jin, Honorable Minister, Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, representative of the World Bank and the European Investment Bank, Governor of Western Coast Region, Managing Director of NAWEC, staff of NAWEC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm very honored to witness the commencement of the 23 megawatt solar PV plant today with you all today. On behalf of the chairman of the TBEA group, I would like to extend his compliments and congratulations to His Excellency the President on the commencement of this important energy project. We also highly appreciate the support of the Gambian government, Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, NAWEC, founders, owners, engineers, and consultants who have contributed significantly to the successful commencement of this project. As the contractor of the project, we are honored and committed to completing the project with high standards and high quality in place. With over 25,000 employees in more than 70 countries and regions around the globe, TB is a world-leading energy group that is primarily engaged in power transmission and distribution, renewable energy, traditional energy, and the new materials industry with integrated solutions. We have the whole industrial chain of the energy sector, including design, manufacturing, EPC contracting, and investment. The company's total installed capacity of the solar PV project is 21,000 megawatts. In Africa, we have completed dozens of power and energy infrastructure projects in over 20 countries with a value of more than $3 billion US. We are applying the Chinese state-of-the-art equipment and the smart technology to the Gambia through this project. And we are confident that with close collaboration of the Gambian government, founders, NAWEC, owners, engineer, and the contractor, the project will be accomplished successfully and ultimately benefit the Gambian people, which is in line with the energy sector roadmap and the National Development Plan of His Excellency President Adama Barrow's administration. These 23 megawatt solar PV plants with 8 megawatt hour battery storage project is the Gambian's first utility-scale solar photovoltaic plant. It will supply power to more than 35,000 families, dramatically reducing power outages and blackouts in the Greater Banjul area, and will improve the stability of the power system. This clean energy is also eco-friendly, and it is expected to reduce about 28,000 tons of greenhouse gas emission every year, contributing to the net zero target of the Gambian government to cope with global climate change. Furthermore, the contract includes a 3-year operation and maintenance contract, through which we believe NAWEC and its employees and the local people will be equipped with valuable operation and maintenance skills and knowledge of renewable energy through practical training. Today, taking this solar PV project as a beginning, We are willing to further develop and provide integrated solutions and develop clean energy projects in the Gambia with partners. This is aimed to facilitate the realization of the energy sector roadmap and the national development plan of the Gambian government under the leadership of His Excellency President Barrow. Finally, we would like to cordially invite His Excellency the President and the Gambia government official to visit our headquarters in China at your convenience. May you all be blessed with peace, health, and prosperity. Thank you.
To hold him and his company TBA to the challenges which they have already said they are prepared for, the consultants, Mercados Aires International, represented here by Zilko Makovic, the resident engineer, will make the remarks now.
The President of the Gambia, their honorable ministers, their Governor, West Coast Region, their MD of the NAVEC, their EUA representatives, their World Bank representatives, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the consultancy company that I represent, Mercados Aires International, would like to extend our gratitude to them for the confidence they have placed on us to act on their behalf as owner engineer, representing and assessing NAVEC, while building the technical capabilities of the team alongside the project. We have been present in the Gambia for more than 1 year, and our commitment will extend for the following year. This is a very important project for the development of the country, opening a new era where energy drifts away from the financial and environmental burden of petroleum and into free, renewable sources that will aid the government vision of providing secure and affordable energy to all of the Gambians. We are acting as main supervisors on the erection and installation and what is to become the first utility solar photovoltaic project in the country, and the necessary reinforcement of the main transmission lines and infrastructure in Great Banjul area as part of the more ambitious project to renovate and enhance the electric power system of the country with the assistance of international financing institutions. In this project, Mercados Aires International acts as NAVEC's extension in the field supervision the work of the contractors and ensuring that the works are done with adherence to the international standards, always preserving the environment and its surroundings while observing that the needs and the rights of the population of the affected communities are preserved. At the same time, Mercados Aires is building knowledge of these new technologies within NAVEC as precursor of many more to come. It is with great pride that Mercados Aires International engaged this compromise with the NAVEC to aid in their ultimate objective of increasing the Gambian population's access to affordable and reliable electricity services in the country. We would like to thank you once again to NAVEC President and all Gambia people for opportunity and give our commitment to cooperate jointly for the success of this project. Thank you.
Watch out. The consultants are in high gear and right behind you. One of the major partners of the government of the Gambia, particularly with this project, is the European Investment Bank. They're a significant contributor to this project, and here, representing the EU, European Union, and the European Investment Bank, is Luca Plazzotto, who is the Infrastructure Portfolio Manager, one of the major funders of this project here today. Luca?
Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Energy, Abdoulaye Diop, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, Governor of the West Coast Region, Managing Director of NAVEC and heads of institutions, members of the donor and diplomatic community, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. Allow me to express my sincere congratulations to Your Excellency, the government, and the people of the Gambia for your commitment to pursuing so resolutely a green transformation that benefits go well beyond your country and our present generations. This is a component of a larger project that is particularly important for the achievement of the swift transition towards solar power and clean energy across the country. The project is backed by the European Investment Bank, by the European Union, and by the World Bank for a total amount of about 140 million euro, 80 of which are grant money. Once operational, the scheme will transform electricity access in rural communities, in particular covering about 1,000 schools and 100 health centers with solar panels. Will upgrade transmission and distribution infrastructure, which is a work that is already ongoing across the country. And with the solar power plant will increase the overall production of about 1/5 of the current capacity, generation capacity. And this responds to a deep need for additional energy, given the high growth rate of the energy demand in the country, which is about 5.5% per year. Solar power and renewable energies in general, they have a major added value to the country's economy. It helps stabilizing the price of energy, and in the longer term, it actually will decrease the cost of energy and increase the access to affordable energy to all. In a sensitive global economic situation, this project helps also reducing unemployment. The estimated count is about 1,250 jobs created along the lifespan of this project across all the 4 components. And overall, we benefit about 800,000 people between access to electricity, access to health centers that will benefit from this project, and access to schools, and a better quality of transmission and distribution system. The European Union, the European Investment Bank, and the World Bank have been strong partners of African countries for more than half a century. This project further strengthens their presence in Africa with strong collaboration between institutions. Over the past decade, all 3 institutions have invested in innovative technologies, green energy, water, education, agriculture, telecommunication, health, and business in more than 40 countries of the continent. We reaffirm here today our commitment to ensure a bright and prosperous future for the Gambia and the African continent, for which reliable access to energy is an indispensable element. Thank you all, and my very best wishes for this historic achievement.
It's good to hear from the European Union and the European Investment Bank. The next speaker is a technician. He spent a great part of his career working at NAWEC. Today, he is the Minister responsible for Petroleum and Energy, the Honorable Abdullah Job.
Master of Ceremony, good morning, Assalamu alaikum to each and every one of you present here. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Adam Barrow, my colleague, Cabinet Ministers that are present here, the Secretary General, the Chief of Staff, the Chinese Ambassador present here, other members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the Chief of the Security Chiefs that are present here, the Permanent Secretaries, Heads of Government Institutions, the Chairman of Board of Directors of NAWEC, the MD and staff of NAWEC, the World Bank representative, Mr. Mata Ture, our very own brother, the IB EU representative, the consultant, Makados, Mr. Zello, the TBA, Daniel, and your team, the Governor of the West Coast region, and all the governors that are present here, the Paramount Chief, Mr. Bojang, and the other chiefs that are present here, members of the National Assembly, that are present here, and the staff of my ministry, the permanent secretary and my staff, and the other partners and the media fraternity, the Alcaro and the VDC and the people of Jambur, and thank you for hosting us, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You know, this day belongs to nobody other than His Excellency the President Barrow. And I say this for very good reason, and I will come to that. But we should all thank God for this opportunity to be part of this historic gathering, being the laying of the foundation stone for the 23 megawatts solar power PV plant with 8 megawatts hour battery energy storage system in Jambur here. We're happy to be gathered here to celebrate this event, which is the first of its kind, and I have to emphasize the first, you know, in the Gambia, to build this utility solar PV plant that will provide green energy, which is part of the energy transformation and energy transition in the world, to the grid, and significantly improve the electricity generation mix of the Gambia. This project, I would, Your Excellency, say that it's just one of the many projects which is part of the energy roadmap, which the MD and other speakers have already talked about, that His Excellency has developed as a trajectory for the development of the energy sector in the Gambia. And this has happened since His Excellency came to power. We've not had this before. I've been in the energy sector for a very long time, and having a clear roadmap that defines how we want to develop the energy sector in the country is laudable. And this project, Your Excellency, which is part of the Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project, is just one of the many projects. The project, as MD said, comprises of the solar, the 225,000 volts transmission line that will connect Birkama to Jaban substation to be able to evacuate power that is transmitted through the OMVG line to the Gambia, and also has T&D improvements. We'll have primary substations that will be upgraded. We'll have distribution transformers. Almost over 50 of them will be replaced to improve the quality of electricity supply service. It also includes the electricity backbone phase 1 and phase 2, and also support to the water sector, among other strategic studies that is being carried out currently. The President also brought the OMVG project, which connects the Gambia to the OMVG member countries. The President also brought the Gambia Electricity Access Project, funded by other development partners. The President also brought the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Access Project, including water projects. The Gambia currently is, with the support of the World Bank, developing a 150 megawatts solar PV, which will be hosted in the LRR, which the MD has talked about, and which my colleague, the former governor, Honorable Majang, worked on when she was governor and provided a lot of support. I mean, for us in the energy sector, President Barrow is the illuminating star. And he has made, and we must celebrate, the unprecedented achievement that has been realized in the energy sector for this relatively short period of time. And for this reason, I would like to appeal to each and every one of us to stand up and give His Excellency a 1-minute round of applause. I mean, we thank all of you for coming and for supporting His Excellency for this foundation stone and for the transformational renewable energy projects that is being realized in the country, because it's going to change the landscape of the energy sector. As a vital project of this country, it is important that the project is executed with the best professional standard and quality so that the country can get maximum benefit from the investment. I therefore encourage, as we've always done, that all of us who are working in the project, the contractor, consultant, NAWEC, PIU under the leadership of Hadi, the community, the ministry, we should all work in tandem as one team to make sure that we deliver the project on time. I would like to re-echo and seize this opportunity to thank Honorable Fafa Sanyang, who I took over from as minister, because as MD said, he started this work with the permanent secretary, Lamin Kamara. If I stand here, as MD said, and does not recognize the work that they have done, then I will not be doing justice to myself. So it is important, Your Excellency, to make mention of this. And to thank the Managing Director of NAWEC and the PIU under the leadership of Hadi and the staff of NAWEC to continue the good work that we're doing, knowing that we will get there. And also to thank my new peers, Amijai and her team, and the professional staff at the ministry. I would like to extend our sincere thanks and appreciation to our development partners, the European Investment Bank, EU, and the World Bank, for the financial and technical support resources that have been provided. Special thanks goes to people who have done so much for the country for the last couple of years. And that is the former World Bank resident director in Dakar, Mr. Nathan Belletti. He has done tremendously well for this country. Mr. Chris Timbul has also done tremendously well for this country. Because of his leadership, we've been able to get a lot of projects, a lot of guidance, and NAWEC can attest to the MD. We want to assure all the partners, as the Managing Director of the bank said, we'll perform so that we will get more. And the rest assured that my ministry, together with NAWEC, will perform so that we will get more for this country to develop the country. I also wish to thank the Minister of Finance and his team, the Minister of Lands, Environment, Justice for the continuous support, and all the other ministers. I also would like to thank Alcalo Bojang, the Kabilos that have acceded their land, and for agreeing to host this project in Jambur, and for the warm welcome that we have received. We thank the organizing committee, particularly TBA, for this spectacular, preparation, and the people who have come all the way to contribute and participate in this occasion. So I look forward to the inauguration or the inauguration of the completed work in due course. Thank you very much.
The Gambia Police Band. I think the Honorable Minister Abdullah Job did very well in introducing the next speaker. He had dedicated the day to the next speaker and the development that is happening in the energy sector. I will not do justice if I would introduce him in any other way than the way the Honorable Minister had done. So we'll invite the next speaker, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, to whom today is dedicated. Your Excellency, please. Before I proceed, this luncheon was scheduled for the 21st of last month, but it was postponed or rescheduled because of the passing of my Vice President. Here we are today to launch the project, but I want us to stand up and observe 1 minute silence to pray for my former Vice President. Amen. The Master of Ceremony do mention here that the Managing Director, Nani, he doesn't sleep because of the challenges with NAWEC. And he also further mentioned that all NAWEC staff don't sleep because of the challenges. But I can tell him equally, as President of the country, I don't sleep because of the challenges, for a simple reason that I am the principal. And I was voted by the Gambian people. And if they vote for you to become president, it's a social contract between you and the people. So because of that, I don't sleep. Our host, Governor of West Coast Region, Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Energy, and all cabinet members here present, Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, senior government and public officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and international organizations, the World Bank resident representatives, partners of the project, security chiefs, local authorities, Alcalo, religious leaders, people of Jambur, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I thank the Almighty Allah for giving us the opportunity to gather here in Jambur to lay the foundation stone for the construction of a 23 megawatts peak solar plant with a battery storage system. I dare say that this is a historic day in the Gambia, as this project will transform the energy landscape of the country after its successful conclusion. Strategically, the implementation of this initiative is in line with our efforts to enhance our generation mix by transitioning from dependence on fossil-based to zero carbon energy sources. I think today we are all happy, the entire government and NAWEC, but I think the happiest minister today is the Minister of Environment, Rohit Manja. Because now we are migrating from dirty energy to clean energy. So congratulations, Rohit and the entire NAWEC team. The proposed Jambur solar plant is a component of the Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project, which is co-financed by the World Bank and the European Investment Bank at an estimated budget of $27 million US. The project scope includes the construction of a 23 megawatt solar plant and an 8 megawatts battery energy storage system with 3 years of operations and maintenance. The ultimate goal of this project is to provide additional reliable, affordable, sustainable, and green energy generation capacity to meet the increasing energy needs of the Gambian people. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this solar project is an integral part of a national strategic roadmap 2021-2024, aimed at attaining universal energy access by 2025 and transforming the Gambia electricity subsector as approved by Cabinet in November 2021. The roadmap outlines my government's aspiration to achieve universal access to electricity by 2025, and at the same time transform the electricity sector so that Gambians can benefit from reliable and affordable electricity, leading to now becoming an efficient, financially sustainable power utility. The strategic roadmap serves as the development blueprint for the electricity subsector in the short and medium term. Renewable energy is highly placed on its order of priority. In the roadmap, solar PV is considered as the cheapest form of renewable energy in the Gambia. This project will inject clean energy into the electricity grid, thus contributing to the achievement of the Gambia's climate change targets of nationally determined contributions. It will also help us to diversify our electricity generation sources, reducing the country's overdependence on imported petroleum products. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am reliably informed that the works contract with TVA signed in July 2022 for a period of 12 months is now effective and work has commenced. I take this opportunity to thank the contractor TVA and the consultant Mercados Aires International of Spain. the consultant responsible for supervising and controlling the works contract, for accepting to partner in this project. I encourage them to execute the project on time and within budget. Providing access to electricity for inclusive and sustainable socio-economic development is one of the cornerstones of my government's priorities. This is clearly articulated in the national energy sector policies, strategies, and other development plans. Electricity use and access are strongly correlated with economic development. Therefore, our universal access plan will improve the lives of those who previously relied on inferior forms of energy. In respect of our institutional strengthening endeavors, it is expected that the project will bring immediate benefits into our institutions and sectors, besides opening up new opportunities for income generation activities. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, allow me to extend sincere thanks and appreciation to our development partners who have consistently supported my government development initiatives since 2017. We thank our partners and we congratulate them. We assure them our support and my government's cooperation. In particular, we are hugely indebted and grateful to the World Bank and the European Investment Bank for financing this important project. To the people of Jambur and the surrounding settlements, I say thank you profoundly for your cooperation with the construction team and for agreeing to surrender your communal lands for the implementation of this strategic undertaking. I look forward to more fruitful engagements with the relevant stakeholders for the successful completion of the entire project. At this juncture, I have the singular honor of inviting you to join me in laying the foundation stone for the Jambur solar plant. I thank you all for your kind attention. Master of Ceremony as Niso Domandi, me Jambur la alkalo ani sefol ani governor mbebe kontonna ma fole ko bi mulun ne di me alon ko kontane lumolom bi mulun ne di lungo me alon ko mbe nyanta sewolale andu mbe nyanta wakkilale fanan ñin do ko men be keri asi timma kayra kono isaja ase tel nafa asi gambian kol nafa bari ku kilim bi je me yalon ko nim fulal jam foma o folja wolon be ñin la mento kabilol dol le tamun négociation o yenta wato menna anyanta tarla mo ñim projet ko nga kele fo nga bansa en gambian gol ba en joy kan bari because of négociation o metale mol fona yena flo tambindi ila bankola interest la wala akende bi projet ko hansa mo banno ni ajube o négociation o start wato men yilla ni ya value no $20 million le pour que mo compenser bari mo don nada wuli dole loyal ta dole balawol nat Gambia la banta million tansay ani woro wulay ñanta wala ñaara wala spend pour que mo compenser pour que ñi la non di so ni ko lafta omelette do mo lay ko 6 kilo te tela e omelette do mo la ñaari Osekeno. Andunga project jamal la so mala ko la takela iman keno wayri molbe balandi ila lanolto. Ndeme belorinte yandimbe ke la président de sansor dan na saate oto il lafta pour que lumo kije iman lan so nyanda ke la dame ndel fawl la kabilo la ngawle ta ngadi mo la lumo kije bangola interest wala be mobe nyaato ñin nafulo be bannal wallahi bari ku kili wala bu kam yedo ko men kijan o de ban o de simol dani especially comme ngol la talo tano lola blado mal la sorno nini mol di awde gaso mo be kana fu ko do def la ta mol relocate la ka garas balo pour protocol be lola dami wari protocol be lola silokan kabilol be blado mel ko balandi pour woleke yimbe mo kulle mel yimu development le development wo development ni challenges le kata bari development woni fonga ke lan ni le kan woto nata laftan na banko eta nyaato fonga mol ni diamu ni fonga sonne bar na manke isa mazakuna manyinke it's very easy el si la korda ko wala la konato ela ben ci no do do ye president christians wala mazakuna christians it's very easy ni najiran ko be diamu ga najiran tero lo be mbulu ngay mol la diamo siada ako je president we continue la do ko la talking is cheap because you don't pay nothing for it e ka diamo yu ka fenjo bari yusu ndure ni do kilo ane ala le mba do kilo ni folo bandi ka kamol ako munyineti ako ake mol yaje ndel dumba ke kanne andu mol fana mba je kanne woto diamo o ciptale bar doko o man soria e salon ka fagon del nga gambia dron ni soto ndeman dogo soto gambia dron na dogo mi o dronel inshallah hani ngam bandi president ala fana be kontre gambia dogo do bare be gambia gol darila ale masakunda ma koy nganna projet gol keno mbadata ni ko do négociationnel mol be ko do mol be loyal tala yo masakunda sambala karo bela masakunda buka kero because of democracy be keri bari kunu aya fojanne ikono ye badu fo after 2016 wallahi ni 2016 tambitanu na raw president dole gagnata be ku kala jang dunia wele ba fa bada kana wato ben jam faga gire dana rifaga bali badu fo 2016 amanke ala nyim projet ko le nati kan jande a famole ya la fanso projet ko so bina wala do ko kany projet ko de wani o ani mangi clean ala fanso projet ko na la ndia bar na to no jaay momo tara jang ala grade be tampona e sare ala la do ngi ko démocratie men volo nyenti ko banko la loi na la sarto kala sila ara barola ma sakuna kala sila wala bari banko la loi ali nga sila mun banko la loi bangola loi ni ay adam baro fo condition landa en nyata men kala ni man nyana man menke na rante son wala mo nakal tel ko son wala odo démocratie ni ngana abuse de bari ndel dunte muru la ko ma because benala wato me ngon ni wala city andu nga wala son wor ka be démocratie ni ba bambandilale mbala foundation o bambandilale bar ndel damante tula jande be ko mo do mi nala de me makki adam baro de nal continuer de ñoon mo na dal do ko dalal woto ali ngake do man do mali ngaka dal ngand banko yirwandi assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullah
Imagine that almost why mo ne kuma on Tuesday.
dama ne junjug rek nagar mi day waaj waa fan la fii la ci qualité Getzner and moo bi lan la seetal Getzner yaa ngi nii borode yaa ngi nii mu ne déedéet borode jigéen rek du ko sol damay indi borode jigéen indi borode góor laaw la cat kii daal ne na xam nga lu muy bañ ñoo dugg ci bitig bi ne nangam lay ut ñu ne amut lépp lu jigéen di soxla rek mu ngi ci bitig bii rawat na nag tubaarikàlla scrub yi nga xam ne moo xew si jamono ndax nee na buggatul benn yaram yàqu scrub yaa ngi nii body scrub yi face scrub yaa ngi day and night loo bugg rek ci jigéen mu ngi ci bitig bii cuuraay yaa ngi fi house spray yaa ngi fi waaye foundation yi ana powder yi qualité Getzner fii nag la am ci Westfield qualité Getzner nëbuwul maa ngi ni kuy nëbbatu du ko wax mu ngi ne fanga ca kaw nag koolal 753 4495 25 00 124 ñaari nomba yi boo ci oo ñu uyu la xale yaa ngi fi koo laaj mu waxal la qualité Getzner and
kibaru dima fela nata momoro ndi yalon ko febe siri Washington state le kono ibe do ko le woran dum fe mantre do ko la sain ise apply ro kenole fenne ka fumuye working families tax credit me yalon ko ni sartol timmandi ise sutoro kenole membita kayen na fodola wuli killing keme fulola aha kan nyimbe damuta la february kro te folole la 2023 sankono ando ni sartol timmandi ibe sutoro kenole nyim fengola ñimmanke julote andu man sakunda te intala fanan pour que mantora saka wato min nayte solata pour ka kayto ñini ila information obe kala fentile mi yalon ko abe tankala le andum fana be kisira dalilo me yinnati woren pour ka mol sembentu yandi mol min bulo me ko ben ndugo be Washington satele kono ni lafta kibaru ko yo seto lañu ko to ise fero ke kumandiro ke wawatla 5